Okay.
Wow, world of water. We want to talk to you today about something that all of us should be aware of and be concerned about. Simple question. What would you do if the electricity was off for 5 to 7 days for any reason? What would you do to get pure water? And if you didn't have a way to get pure water, do you have a way to get water that would not be pure, but at least have water to drink? Some people within 5 to 7 days would not survive without water because they wouldn't have any place to get it. Others could have some place to get water, but not pure water. There's a simple solution for you to have pure water for the rest of your life, never having to worry about whether you can have pure water no matter what the situation. If there's no water running through your faucet, if there's no electricity, no matter how long it lasts, you still have pure water. Think about that not only for yourself, but think of it about your children. What would happen to your children, to your grandchildren, to your siblings, to your parents, to your pastor, to your coworkers, or closest friends, or the homeless shelter in your community, or the church that tries to help people but doesn't have any water because there's no running water, there's no electricity. There is a way to resolve that. And we just want to bring it to our attention to where it's top of mind. A lot of times we know something, but we don't want to deal with it or don't think about it at the right time or other reasons or other excuses, or maybe we just don't know about it. That's what we want to do is try to help with that today. There are three things that every one of us need. We can't do without. One, of course, is air. That can only be like 3 minutes or so. Another is water. That's 3 days or so. The other is food with maybe 30 days, but you don't get to the food if you don't have the water to get there. And you also need water typically to prepare your food, etc. So we can't do anything about the 3 minutes without air, but we can do the one thing that's the most important part. Beside that is for you to literally have pure water for the rest of your life with no questions, no concerns, enough for you, enough for your family, and enough for up to 300 others if it's an emergency, like if you're in a subdivision or something. Or there's a way to do it where you can have one and you have the ability to help everybody you know to have pure water for life with one simple step and one way to do it. That's so simple that it just really makes sense once you know about it. Some have said this is too simple. And I understand that. Sometimes we think of things that are probably complex and you have to walk through that. But then sometimes when you really research it, you get down to the bottom line and down to the end of the research, you say, well, this is too simple. And what we have is really that way as well. I'll just tell you a little bit about how we got to this place to find the simplicity and to know what to have and what to do to help you, everyone you love, and those that are in the greatest need to have pure water for life. Uh, about 3 years ago, I went to a missionary service in a little church in our area, and there was a missionary from Central America. The missionary started his conversation, his communication, his talk with the fact that the number one reason children die in these foreign countries is because of bad water, impure water. And then he talked about how they had a way to go in and show them how to have water that was pure for their children and for their family. And now the life was better for the village and the individuals and the children. But then they would also share with them the spiritual side of things that they wanted to share with them as well. And as you know, if you give something that people need and really need and want and desire, and you give that to them and it does something for them in a special way, they'll never forget you. They'll always remember you and appreciate it. But again, sometimes we take things for granted. But should we? Should there be something more than just taking care of things? Um, take taking everything for granted, puts it that way. No, we shouldn't, right? So what I did was I sat there and listened to that missionary talk about that. There was something that came to my mind that just never left me, and I began to work on what we have to get to where we are today to share with you. My mind was saying, okay, there's a problem there in that Central America and many other parts of the world, but there's over 300 million people in the United States. How many of those would survive without electricity for 5 to 7 days because they couldn't get any water? Others that may have access to some, if it wasn't pure water, how long would that take care of everything? And what is anybody doing about it? So that was the journey I started and began to look at and think about. And we found what will work to do what we're just describing. We've talked about it in some of the other podcasts. I'll just briefly mention it here. A lot of times what happens is we get caught in the cycle of what is it and what does it do, rather than what is the need for this and how can I help others and how can I take care of what I need to do without putting it off and wishing I had. I often say there's 4 words that I would hope that you never have to say, and those 4 words are I wish I had. Because with what you find out and what you know about already and what we share with you and have in the past and also will share briefly today, there's no reason for you not to be prepared, and there's no reason for everyone you love, they can be prepared as well. So what is it? It's a water filtration system that's designed to be able to help you and up to 300 other people every day in an emergency. The water filtration system is there's over 1 million of them in the world. There's over 28 million people being served by them every day to have pure water. They're also designed to where, because of the way it's designed, it has a lifetime guarantee from the manufacturer. And the reason they can do that is because the filter is a filter that can be backwashed. And the way that works, the water that goes through the filter is always coming out pure. It's the same method that's used in the kidney dialysis machines and such like that. So it's really pure water that comes out. But how do you know when to backwash it? Whenever it's a gravity flow. So when the gravity flow filter slows down, you just take it and reverse it, take some of the pure water that it created, backwash it with the pure water, turn it back around again, and continue to use it day after day. Every once in a while, you do that. And again, it has a lifetime guarantee. The other thing it does, it has the ability to do up to 150 gallons of water every day, where you could help up to 300 people have a half gallon of water to drink every day, whether there's an emergency or not, but usually thinking of it in the case of an emergency to understand what it does. But even if there's not, for you to have the ability to have pure water for you, for your family, and what I'm finding out, and which is interesting to me, pure water for your animals, for your pets. And some have actually purchased just because of that. And one person, there was 2 people on a program I was on, and one of them said, "Well, I just let my pets drink wherever they can find it. It doesn't matter." The other one said, "You may do that, but I care about my pets so much. I want pure water for my pets." And they purchased a system because of their pets. Of course, they get the benefit as well, which is nice. So what it is what I described. What it does is purifies up to 300 gallons a day. It takes out everything, the viruses, the bacteria, and 100% microplastics. So you literally have water to drink, and it'll never make you sick. It takes out everything that would make you sick, for example, and that makes it where you can have a good life no matter what the situation is, electricity or no electricity, no water flow out of your faucet or not. You can go to not salt water, but any type of water wherever you access it, no matter how unclean it is, it comes out of that filter pure, takes out everything that would make you sick. So that's what it is, and that's what it does. And because of that, the other part is what's the most important part of all I just said? Not about what it is and what it does, but the most important part is what it does that you should care about, and I'm sure you do, to take care of you, your family, your children, your loved ones, your church, your pastor, the homeless shelters in your area. Any of those need this, and one of the things that's related to that, especially this time of the year, and it doesn't matter, there's whatever time of the year, but what would be the greatest gift that you could give to everybody you care about outside of pure water for the rest of their life? Don't take away anything else you was going to give them. You know what they want, you know what they have, you know what the children want, etc. But think about your grandchildren, your great grandchildren, your children, and again, all the others that you have pure water for them. Or if they live away from where you are, you actually can access one to actually where they could have one for themselves. Everybody you care about can have pure water for life. So, what if it's easy to do to be able to create that? And the answer, it is. It's very easy. We have a 501c3 nonprofit entity called UA Legacy Grants. For each of those you care about, we've made it real simple. If you want to do something to help them, you can donate $100 to our nonprofit entity. You tell us the names of who you want the systems to go to, and you give us the address of where we should ship them, and we take care of everything else for you. So now, not only can you have pure water, but now you can do something. There's no greater gift than to give some people something they need, and again, that's pure water for life. So reverse the thought process. Think of the emotion. Think of the think of the benefit. Think of the pleasure of knowing that you help somebody to have pure water for the rest of their life. How warm is that? How is that something that just is amazing to be able to help you, and but also to help them? They'll never forget it. They may never need it, but the likelihood is in our lifetime. We never know when things will happen, and it can be used on a daily basis, whether there's an emergency or not. So again, simple enough. Tell us who you'd like to get it. Give us their name. Give us their shipping address, and $100 donation, and we take care of everything else. And by the way, you also get a tax benefit as well because of the nonprofit. And of course, you can donate $100 to have one for yourself as well. And now do something that really changes a lot of people's lives. Then there's one other thought related to that as well. Our nonprofit entity is created and has been designed to take care of those that are in the greatest need that we can do to try to help others as well. And that is the homeless shelter, for example. For every $100 that's donated to our entity, if you don't have a large list of people you'd like to do something to really make a difference in a lot of people's lives, you can donate to UA Legacy Grants, and uagrant.com is the address where to go look and actually make your decision and purchase and see what it is and how it helps. So then, as you give each of those $100 donations to us, we are able to help and donate one of our systems to the homeless shelters, and we send them everything they need. And within 10 minutes of the time they receive it, they can use it for those that they serve, even in any situation, up to 300 people. No, never having to be without pure water. Isn't it great to be able to have something like that, to do something that we help so many people? We count it a privilege. It took a while to find it and something that would do that. And what we found in the last 3 months is we've had a number of others from other countries that have never heard about this, and they're coming to us and saying, "What can you do to help us have that for those we serve?" And just a couple weeks ago, we had a school in Uganda, 68 students in that school. We sent them filtration systems. Another nonprofit entity purchased this filtration systems to actually send to that school with 68 students, and that school and all of those attending will have pure water for the rest of their life. What a blessing. We enjoy it. We enjoy sharing it with you, and we enjoy the fact that it is something that makes a difference. And again, anybody that you do and help somebody with something they need, whether they realize it or not at that moment, they'll never forget you. And someday they may say, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate you. And remember, this time of the year, there's lots of things going on, but there's one thing that's important. We first of all think about Christmas and what that does and what that means, but we also think of others that we can serve and that we care about and do something for them different from what you've normally done. Surprise them. Just make it a special above and beyond. And it doesn't have to be seasonal. It can be done anytime. And again, helping us reach numbers of people in homeless shelters and around the world. We literally are positioned to help millions of people in the next year, in the next few months in a major, major way. You can be a part of that, and we really appreciate it. The information is on the podcast or underneath or in the area of the podcast, uagrant.com, and then there's also safercleanerwater.com. Go look at them. See someone on safercleanerwater.com standing by a stream of water that does not look really good to drink and stands there and filters that water through this system and stands there and drinks it and says, this really tastes good. This really tastes good. And that's really interesting, but it actually works that way. Wherever you get the water, it's pure. Thank you and have a great week. We appreciate you and we appreciate what you're doing. And we know you care about others and we want to help you do what you want to do to help them as well. Thank you.